Hello everyone, Kite here with another video for you all, so sit back and relax as I tell you about something that I finished last year. Today I want to explore a question that's been on my mind for some time. Now, do visual novels count as reading? After finishing 3 titles from the Famicom Detective Club series, The Missing Heir, The Girl Who Stands Behind, and Emio the Smiling Man, my answer is a confident yes. These stories pulled me in with their atmosphere, characters, and emotional weight. And no, they're not for kids. These games get dark. Let me walk you through my experience with each one. Visual Novel 1, The Missing Heir. The game opens with your character waking up with no memory. A man named Amachi finds you, and soon after, you're recognized by a girl named Ayumi Tachibana, though you don't recognize her. I named my character Ikakuyoshi as the story unfolded. It turns out you're a detective working at the Utsugi Detective Agency. Ayumi becomes your partner in the investigation, sort of like your Watson to your Sherlock. Right away, I was struck by how beautiful the game looked and sounded. The remake was clearly made with care and love. The sound design, the painted backgrounds, and the subtle character animations, everything feels handcrafted. I took my time playing this one, soaking in the cliffside views, chatting with the Zanzo, the family butler, and revisiting characters just to see how they respond to different choices that I made. Some puzzles were a little odd, and yeah, moments were a little confusing. I chalked that up to the original game being made in the 80s, but even then the story had its hooks in me. People in the village whisper that the Ayashiro family is cursed. The weight of that legend adds this eerie, lingering tension throughout the whole mystery. By the end, I was emotionally invested. The game had me tearing up, even getting goosebumps during certain puzzles for my first visual novel. It felt more like a novel with interactive elements than a game, and honestly, that's what made it feel special to me. So I give Famicom Detective Club The Missing Heir a 9 out of 10, and I highly recommend it. So on to Game 2. Game 2, The Girl Who Stands Behind. Now, this one is set 2 or 3 years before The Missing Heir. You're younger, about 15, and just started out as an assistant at the Utsugi Detective Agency. The case? A student named Yuko Kojima is found murdered before her death. She was investigating a ghost story about a girl who stands behind you. A possible link to a murder from 15 years ago starts to emerge. Unlike the first game, this one throws you right into the action. Running from the police, hiding, trying to piece things together fast. It's gripping from the jump. It also leans into supernatural thriller territory. The ghost rumor has a Bloody Mary kind of energy to it, and that keeps the tension high. By chapter 3, I was locked in. The story expands with new characters, and each one adds depth. One highlight, the introduction of Hitomi Kawai. That scene was funny and awkward and genuinely well written. I mean, some of the moments with these characters had me in tears, and it was just an absolute joy to experience within this game. So continuing on, the backgrounds, especially during running scenes, felt really dynamic and alive. Small touches like that feel like more than just a static visual novel. If this game felt like a classic mystery novel, this one felt more like a suspense thriller. The chapters are longer and the choices are clearer, and the emotional weight is still there, so I give The Girl Who Stands Behind a 9 out of 10. Game 3, Emio the Smiling Man. Now this one stuck with me. You're investigating a murder in Kofuku City. A 15-year-old boy named Isuke Sasaki is found dead wearing a paper bag with a smile drawn on it. The murder echoes a string of killings from 18 years ago, only this time the killer used rope instead of their bare hands, and the victim was male. It raises disturbing questions. Is this a copycat? Is the child continuing a parent's legacy? And what is the story behind Emio? The legend of Emio reminded me of Candyman, the 1992 film based on a Clive Barker story, and maybe a bit of the Crossroads demon from the show Supernatural. The tone is eerie and uncomfortable, and the paper bag mask, unnerving. There's a moment, a flashback with a character named Junko, plus a scene in the apartment that absolutely floored me. This game earns its M rating, so it deals with situations that are very mature for what it's going for here, but the emotional side of Emio also hit me hard. A scene where a detective comforts a grandmother, or when a child is comforted after escaping something traumatic. These moments added real weight to them as I continued playing. It's a visual novel, yes, but it's also a psychological and an emotional ride, so it's another 9 out of 10 for me for Emio the Smiling Man. And my final thoughts is all 3 games are worth your time. The Missing Heir is a classic mystery, The Girl Who Stands Behind is a supernatural suspense story, Emio the Smiling Man is an emotionally heavy horror. And again, these games aren't for kids. They're thoughtful, dark, complex, with themes that linger long after you finish. So back to the question, do visual novels count as reading? If they have engaging writing, emotional depth, and unforgettable characters, then yeah, they absolutely do. That's my take. So now I want to hear yours. What did you enjoy most about the Famicom Detective Club series? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. As always, I hope you all have a wonderful day, everybody. I'll see you later in the next video. Bye-bye.